Hi everybody, so this is my second day at the Beijing Autoshow. I'm just walking across the parking lot here, which is incredibly filled with amazing cars. Really, it's mind-boggling what type of new energy vehicles are currently here in China. This show is a slight update to the Auto Show last year, where of course main breakthroughs have been shown, and this one feels a little bit more as an update to what's already there. But still, a couple of new vehicles like the Seeker Mix, which I thought are quite interesting. So in the MPV sector, a car that's opening its doors to both sides, making it very easy to access. So that's gonna compete with the Li Auto Mega and the XPeng X9, which I had the joy to test ride the other day. And I must say that I really like the new XPeng cars, like the G6. By now it's more than a year old. By the way, there's just one standing over there. And yeah, the X9. Despite the fact that these car manufacturers are struggling right now, like XPeng, the sales are quite low. If you compare it to a higher average sales price vehicle like a Neo, their sales numbers are not where they should be or must be. But the product still is quite interesting, and what I think we're gonna see is more consolidation here in the industry, because there's simply too good players, and some of them are going to cooperate on the platform level, like XPeng with VW. So VW is going to build cars on the XPeng platform, and I think we're gonna see more of that. And I made a Patreon-only video the other day when I arrived in China. I think one of these beneficiaries of that trend will be also Neo, because the Chinese government in the government media just published an article that they're unhappy with the progress of the state-owned enterprises, and they want to push them more to electrification. The Chinese market overall is at 50% new energy vehicles, but state-owned enterprises, they are lacking. And so they need the help on the technology side, and most importantly on the infrastructure side, from these new players. And that's also why I think we're now seeing more and more of these players signing up with the Neo charging infrastructure and battery swapping, like we had here yesterday. The moment when I entered the Auto Show, we had Li Bin rushing to the Lotus booth, which went into partnership with Neo on battery swapping. So that's interesting to see. It's just one of these Geely brands, where, by the way, Neo also has a Neo Capital invest in Lotus. So, you know, the connections are there, and for Neo it's obviously about establishing this battery swapping industry standard, which they've been working on for years. So this took some time to get the standardization right for the standard batteries, for some industry standards, which are, for example, regulating some quality aspects and so on. That seems to be in place, and now we have the situation that SOEs, they need to catch up, and at the same time we have some sort of a consolidation, and now we have to see who are the winners and who are not. And yeah, I think Neo will benefit from being able to monetize some of these aspects. Seems like XPeng might be either becoming a, how to say, even kind of a development engineering agency for those players, instead of, you know, becoming profitable with their sales. As of now, that's the way it looks. So maybe their high quality products now are rather a proof of what they can do than what they can sell. That's the situation. And for Neo, regarding the show, there wasn't too much new when it comes to the models. The 2024 models basically got a chips upgrade, and the main new aspect is about the ET7 regarding a much improved rear seat. I really like it. To be honest, I've tested it out, not at the Autoshow, which has been so packed that it's almost impossible to get into the cars. Neo booth, much smaller this year, but still incredibly packed. Had Li Bin and the other co-founders around doing interviews. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to ask them questions. Otherwise, I would have asked, why don't you care about shareholders? And yeah, I doubt they would have taken my question at this point. But anyways, the fact that they are at the booth and, you know, very accessible and doing all of these partnerships shows you they're confident, shows you they're alive. And I think, like, just from a product side, the Neo cars are still, like I said in the other video, still standing out, still very unique, still well positioned. It's more about endurance now and operational excellence. So now I've arrived at one of the gates. As for now, it seems less busy than yesterday. Stay tuned for more updates about the show and more insights. See you in a bit, and thanks for watching and subscribing.